have people. Even the Bible said, where there is no vision, the people perish. But where there is vision and you don't have people, Sakpa might hold the vision. You know Sakpa? Sakpa should not be your friend. Sakpa might hold the vision. So, oh, see, thank you very much, my digital CEO. Oh my God, please celebrate something. Thank you for showing up. Thank you, Chidi. Your friend, your colleague in the office, Tokwe, did I get the name? You mentioned his name now. Dami. Thank you very much for coming. We appreciate you. Um, we started 10 years ago, and I would say the foundation of this business was built on, firstly, God. And we are not apologetic about it. We talk about it everywhere, regardless of the platform we stand to speak, even in places where people do not believe in God as such. And I understand the reason why some of them don't like you mentioning God. We have seen people that have abused using God as the reason why things work or why things does not work. Because there are basic things in life that God will not come and do for you. God can bless you, but there are basic principles. Yeah, I see we are focused on the screen. You are seeing those. That was like the first or second year of the business, you know. Interesting pictures. We did transport business. Yeah, we're handing over keys to people. Yeah. Powerful drivers that we had those days. Oh, this is recent. This should be this year or last year thereabout. Well, yeah, this should be some maybe 3-4 years ago. This was Abeokuta when we went to, because at Pertinence we play, we walk, we laugh. Yeah, this should be one of our parties recently. I think during the 10th anniversary, okay, when we presented cars to some of our team members. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. This same day. Powerful guys, powerful leverage that you don't have. But yet they are not doing as good as you are. You should understand that it's just the grace of God that you have, and it should be acknowledged. Secondly, when we met ourselves, one of the things that attracted both of us together is because the values I stand for stood for the same, and it aligned. We had that alignment when it comes to values that kept us together. Thirdly, we had a credible vision. Not just a vision, a credible one that wasn't just about the two of us. So when we started and we got set to run the race, we knew this race was not about the two of us. It was about establishing a positive legacy. We told ourselves we weren't building businesses for just our families to inherit, our children or grandchildren. No. We're building a business that we trust God to last several generations. Recently, we started talking about centenary businesses, how that we don't have too many of them in this part of the world. But we promised ourselves that by the grace of God, Pertinence will be one of those companies that will eat 100 years. By the grace of God. So if we are celebrating 10 today, it's just the beginning. And if you see that we don't get too excited about the little achievements that we have seen, it's because what is ahead of us looks way bigger than where we are right now. So that's why whatever we're doing right now, we're grateful for it, but it's nowhere close to the picture that is ahead of us. So we'll keep striving. I remember telling our team members that I am feeling more energetic now than when we started 10 years ago. Because immediately we clocked 10, there was this consciousness of this is a new phase that requires new level of knowledge, new agility, strength, foresight, everything that I have that I can bring to the table. So I told them, if you have seen me walk before and you think I'm walking, right now, the excitement, the energy, I can't just explain it. So I'm walking right now as much and even more than I was walking 10 years ago. And that's to let you know that it's not the time to rest at all. It's just the beginning. So, and the driver of that is the credible vision. The vision is clear, and to us, it doesn't seem like we are anywhere close to where we're going to. And I'll tell you this because we have been through several seasons. In the course of the business, we have had time when we had to laugh and celebrate. We have had times also when we had to cry. We have had time when we have the best of people around us. And we have had time when we have been betrayed too. We have had time when we had money and it looked surplus. And we're like, what do we want to do with this money? We have also had time when we experienced scarcity. When we're literally looking for the money. Where is this money? This money just had to come out. We have had time when it was easy for us to agree on moving forward, which happens most of the time. But we have also had time when it was difficult for us to agree fast, and it slowed things down. So in the last 10 years, it has been stories of several wins and also failures. So that's why what we have in this book is putting our heart on paper, not just our head, not just what. I know there were times those that interviewed us before transcribing that when they would even feel emotional, there were days I felt emotional, especially the first interview they had with me. I spoke to a point I was almost crying. It felt emotional, and that's what you will find in this book. So it's not just a book. If you are picking it up, you are not just picking up just another book that should be on your shelf, but you are picking up something that is art to art. I've been on several platforms where I've been interviewed, and I will tell you the most common question has always been, so how have you guys been able to build a formidable partnership? And people will be quick to say, he is Igbo, you are Yoruba. You know, that's the common phrase and like that. So how did you guys make it work? And for the first time, we had enough time to explain. Because normally, you wouldn't have more than 1 hour for whatever fireside chat you are doing or interview. And they will ask you several other questions. That will just be one. You can't have enough time to answer the question. So what we did was to take time. It took not less than 1 year to write this book. That's actual writing. But of course, in the past, 10 years, we already knew this was going to happen. In fact, if there's a book people have been asking for not less than 5 years now, ever since we clocked 5, people have been asking for this book. But I think it's good that we are writing it now. I think we have more to show for partnership than 5 years ago. It looks more believable. The journey of 10 years is no small journey. Even though it's just the beginning, we are still going very far. So we have documented in this book that much. Please help me celebrate RCV, First Royal Character and Values Limited. They did an amazing job. If they weren't patient with us, we would have frustrated them. I know the battle of getting us to be available for those interviews. There are times they will fix, I will be available, he will not be available. There were days they would just want both of us to be together. And he could be in the US, I'm in Canada. So how do we get, we did a lot of virtual meetings, physical meetings, and a lot of checking of facts, so many things. The pressure was much. Thank you so much, RCV and the team. God bless you for for putting it all together. So, we have seen all of this in 10 years, but we're excited about the future. So part of what we did was just to help you peep a little into the future of pertinence and looking forward to every one of us being a part of this. So another reason why you need to get this book is also the fact that it will be an investment also. See it as an investment. If you look at the price it's being sold, of course, I have bought so many books that are more expensive than this. An average book I pick on the shelf in Canada will go for $35, $40, $50. So if you convert that to Naira, and those are books that I don't even know the author, the title just jumps on me from the shelf and I pick it and buy. So I know for those that are around today, there is a 50% discount on the book. We'll get to talk about it. Normally, the book we're selling for $50,000, but for those that are around today, there is a 50% discount. It's $25,000. So early enough, yeah, feel free to clap. Well, I've told you are not buying a book. By the time you pick it, you know that what you are buying is not a book. You're only investing into your life and your future. On this note, I want to say a very big thank you to every one of us for coming. God bless you. We love you all. Please enjoy the rest of the program. I know we have just one or two more, not so much to do again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Please put your hands together for Dr. Sunday Olorunseyi. All right. Very soon, we would also hear from the partner, Mr. Wisdom. I feel like we should start using partner, like the partner for you guys, instead of co-founder. You know, the co-founder. No, partner. So like, oh, the partners. The partners. Who is the partners? Everybody expects co-founders. Oh, they founded a business. No. It's not compulsory. They can think anything they want to think, sir. All right. Yes, as Dr. Olorunseyi rightly mentioned, there's an opportunity to buy the book right here. For some of us who would love to do that, please, we're encouraged to do that. I know some of us have pre-ordered the book. You'll be getting your copy right here. And we have different ways that you can make payments. You can either pay online by scanning the barcode right behind you. So if you look back, if you look towards the back, you'll see a very big barcode on a banner. You can scan that barcode to make an online payment, or you pay directly via direct transfer, which the account number is also pasted at the back there, not too far from the barcode. And you can also pay with your ATM cards through the POS, right? The agents to collect that are also right at the back, just where the banner is as well. And you can come and meet me to make the payment to me. It's perfectly fine. That's okay. So just know that if you pay to them, you collect your book today. If you pay to me, I'll ship it to your location. So you won't have to stress by carrying it and all that. It's even better, technology. Just pay to me, you ship it to your location. When you get it, you get it. Anyways, so yes, and Dr. Sunday Olorunseyi and Mr. Wisdom would also be signing the books immediately after the event today. So please get your copy and then, get this. And we've established that partnership can be beyond business. It can be marital, it can be for programs, it can be for projects, it can be for so many things, right? It can be family partnerships, right? Father-daughter partnerships, and a lot more. And I know that there are things that they have shared in this book. I have read it. There are things they have shared in this book that goes beyond business partnerships. It's interpersonal relationships that transcends any form of partnership, really. So please do well to get the book. We've heard from Dr. Sunday Olorunseyi about the journey so far. I'd like us to also hear a little bit about the next mile. Where do we go from here? Right? So what's it for this partnership for the next 10, 20, 50 years, maybe even 100 years? A lot of us are familiar with what we have done so far because we've shared the Pertinence story a couple of times. You know how. Some of us here, if they wake you up in your dream, you can tell them exactly how they built the business bit by bit. You can tell them everything that happened because you've heard these stories, after and over again. But one thing you probably have not heard so much is where we go from here. And to do justice to that, I'd like to call up on no other person but the partner. Please put your hands together for Mr. Wisdom Ezekiel. Come on, you can do better. Put your resounding hands together. Come on. Thank you very much, sir.
Co-founders. Co, not the partners. All right, good afternoon, everyone. That was a very cold one. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a very, it's an honor to have everyone around, and we really want to appreciate you for taking out time to be here today. Today is Thursday, and it's supposed to be a working day for most people, and the time is also not, it takes sacrifice for you to take out time to be here. So we really want to appreciate you. We really want to honor you. Please, can you help me put your hands together? Celebrate everyone. Okay, so what you help me do is just help me thank the next person sitting by your side, by the left and by the right, telling them that we value them, we appreciate them. Help me shake their hands and let them know how loved they are to us. Let me thank them very well. All right, thank you very much. I will stand on existing protocol, as politicians do. Because when Dr. Sunday Lawrence came up, he mentioned a couple of people, and I want to stand on that protocol to say everyone, and whether name mentioned or not, we value you, and we really appreciate your coming. Thank you very much. One on a lighter mode, I seem to have a lot of doctors around me, and there was a time we had a program, and we had Dr. Olumide Emmanuel, Dr. Ladipo Clement, Dr. Lawrence Shei Sunday, and Nurse Wisdom Ezekiel. And I said that I'm a practicing doctor, I'm a practicing nurse, that after some time, I will become a doctor. So please help me, keep praying for me, and keep supporting me, that one of these days, after practicing with doctors, me too, I will become a doctor. Practice makes perfect, isn't it? So I'm believing that one day that will happen. All right, thank you very much. The partnership story has been a story that fascinates even we ourselves, because it's kind of looks unusual. But I can tell you that partnership is something that can work if people understand the principles that the principles that drive partnership. And these are the things that we have tried to put into writing. And one thing you must realize is that in Africa, we don't know how to have knowledge. So we have people who are very knowledgeable about something, and they never get to document it. So what we have done is to say, okay, this aspect that look like mysterious to some people, can we document it so that people can see that it can be achieved? And that's what we have done in this particular book. The last 10 years has been wonderful. It's been 10 years of several challenges, several battles, and a lot of wins. This is because we have won lots of those battles that we are here today. If we had not won, we probably would not be here today sharing our story. So it's called The Pertinence Way, our partnership story. So it's embedded with a whole lot of things that we have gone through as partners in the last 10 years. So the price of the book is more like, imagine if you want to invite me to come and speak, and I'm to charge you to speak in your event. You'll be paying some good amount of money, isn't it? But I've sat and I've put everything inside one book. We sat down, put everything inside. And imagine you want to invite two of us to say, okay, two of you come. I want to invite you to come and speak somewhere. You need to be ready to pay. And we have sat down to put all of that into this book. It's something that I want everybody to take advantage of. Where are we going in the next 10 years? We have done 10 years in Pertinence, and we believe that the next 10 years is going to be wonderful. So in the next 10 years, we are looking at consolidating on our, and even expanding on our mega projects. So a little with some mega projects, and COVID came, tried to distort a couple of those projects, but we picked it up again. And in 2022, we tried to do a lot of them. Not necessarily a lot, but we did like 2 of them that were mega projects, or 3. And but in 2023 upward, we're going to be focusing on those mega projects that are very audacious. You know, when we started Pertinence, I think one day we sat down and we're doing some meetings, talking to each other, and all of a sudden, it just dawned on us that we are not estate builders. Estate is too small for us. We are city builders. We build cities. And in the next 10 years, we want to consolidate so much on that people will start seeing us do projects in the 500, 1,000 acre size of projects. Right now, we have some projects that are close to it, but moving forward, those are the kind of projects we want to now begin to do, because really that's what our capacity, that's the kind of capacity we have built over the years. About 2 years ago, we started a mission, and the mission was to build 1 million houses across Africa in the next 10 years. So in the next 10 years of Pertinence Group, we are looking at seeing how we can achieve 1 million houses across the entire space of Africa. Because the housing deficit in Nigeria alone is alarming, not talk of Africa. Now, we started this giant strive, and we have done a couple, and we have learned a lot from the things we have done. And we are reiterating that passion to say that in the next 10 years, we'll be able to count and say we have done over 1 million homes. I feel that you should clap at that point. So we are committed to seeing that happens, because I think when we started Rivers, little above 6 months, we had over 1,000 subscriptions, and trying to deal with that, but that is just a little, 1,000 inside 1 million is nothing to write home about. So we are on that journey, and the passion is there to see how we can make that happen. Another thing that you'll be seeing happening in Pertinence Group is many people have been asking us, when will we have opportunity to invest and own a piece of Pertinence? Because I think it was the 3rd year of the business, we were in the UK, and we had one of our very good friends who saw what we're doing and really wanted to be a part of it, and said he was going to give us 50 million for 50% shares of Pertinence. I said, as at that time, 50 million could not buy the 50% shares as at 3 years, when we were 3 or 4 years thereabout. And we said no. Because it's always better to grow valuation, let people see what you are doing, so that it is believable when you say this is the price of what you are offering. So I think you should look out very soon. You should be able to trade our stocks on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, the New York Stock Exchange, and the likes of it. One other thing that we want to also reiterate is that our vision is enterprise development and people empowerment. And we are very resolute about pursuing our vision and bringing it to pass. So in the next 10 years, you're going to be seeing lots more people get empowered, lots more businesses being established, to solve the problem of Africa. I'm one of the people that believe that the problem of Africa can be solved with businesses. If businesses can take shape in Africa, problems will be solved. Gone are the days that we depend on government to do everything for us. Because if you even check some of the nations that we are envying, or some of the nations that we want to be like, you will see that they did not start from having the right leadership. They started by having wrong leadership, but they fought through to become what they are today. And that's what we are trying to achieve in Nigeria. Because Lee, you can agree with me that ever since you were born and you have been growing up, you have been hearing one thing: Nigeria will be better. It go better. It go better. And has it been better? Not really. Dollar has been going up. That's what we know. Power supply, that has always been the campaign, what do we call it now? Campaign points. We'll give you 7-point agenda: road, power, water, whatever. And at the end of the day, nothing is done. So for us, it is a question of empowering Nigerians, empowering Africans to be able to do well. And for us, that has been the cause that we have taken hold of, to be able to empower empower Nigeria, empower Africa, and see how we can take the vision to the next level. And I just want you to watch out in the space. There's going to be a lot of things that we're going to be coming up in the next 10 years that is going to revolutionize a lot of things. One other thing that I wanted to mention is the fact that we are on a race to digitalize everything we're doing, to ensure that with tech we can solve virtually all the problems in real estate. And we're on that journey. We started a little about 3 years ago, and the journey is continuous, and that's what we are promising, and it's going to come to pass. Thank you very much for coming. I really appreciate you, and in a short while we'll be coming up to do the book launch. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you. Please put your hands together for Mr. Wisdom Ezekiel one more time. Awesome. So there's one particular thing that he mentioned, which is that in the next few years, we'll be able to trade the stocks of Pertinence, the stock exchange, the NGX, and you can buy, some shares in the company. That sounds wonderful to me. Don't you guys think so? Because if you look at it, let's imagine where the business was 5 years ago and where the business is now. It's been tremendous, right? So imagine you had like a 1 million naira in the business 5 years ago. Right now, we're talking about some very good, maybe 900% ROI, right? And that's nice. That's nice. And I can secretly be buying a lot of shares on the company. One day I'll just walk into the boardroom and they'll be wondering, what are you doing here? I say, I'm the new owner of Pertinence. I have 60% shares now. So watch out for me. You better not put 100% on this thing, because I'm always Mara. All right. So very quickly, we'd like to, so during the course of the year, we began to, since last year we started talking about documenting, a lot of the things that has happened here at Pertinence. And thank God we have a culture of, keeping records. We have a culture that allows us to keep records, we document things, and we store them because we know they're going to be valuable someday. So sometime we started to work on a documentary, right, of the company that our plan was to take it to Netflix, and we very likely will still do that. So just like we go online and we watch the story of companies that are successful, we decided to do our own too at our level. And we now have a short version of it. Would like everybody to watch that right now. Lights and media. Is it possible to turn off this lights before we start that? Lights. Is it possible to turn off this lights? Can we do that very quickly? So let's turn off these lights very quickly, and then we can have that. Also, can we move this? Do we have ushers to help with this? Anybody? Okay, beautiful. So I'd like us to be very, thank you. I'd like us to be very attentive. We'll be sharing a few things. You'll be learning a few things about Pertinence from this documentary about to watch. Very short movie. Please enjoy yourselves. Do we have popcorn? Please share popcorn. Right? Okay. Thank you. So in case the popcorn does not get to you, you can imagine it. Imagine the popcorn. It's fine. So please direct your attention to the screen.
name is Sunday Olorunseyi, the co-founder of Pertinence Group.
My name is Wisdom Ahamefula Ezekiel. I'm the co-founder and executive director at Pertinence Group. Pertinence Group is an enterprise development company that is committed to people empowerment. We do a whole lot of things.
What we know as Pertinence Group today started at Pertinence Limited on the 7th of August 2012 by two young men, Wisdom Ezekiel and Sunday Olorunseyi. When we started, we had a clear vision of what we wanted to achieve. We're called out for enterprise development and people empowerment. Even when we did not look like it then, because we're talking about not just building businesses that would be ours, but being more like a foundation for many other businesses to thrive and prosper.
When we bettered the vision about 10 years ago, it was on the platform of trying to empower people and give them the platform to also do business.
We stayed focused despite the fact that we did not look like it. When we were going to start, we needed to name the business. So we both came together and said, okay, what are we going to name this business? And the question we asked is, what do we want to be known for? And we both agreed that we wanted to be relevant in almost every sector or whatever affects human, because we're concerned about people. So we wanted to do things that will make us be a part of people's life. Because interestingly, when we started the business, what we were doing primarily was training entrepreneurs, and we set out to churn out as many budding and aspiring entrepreneurs as possible. So we said we wanted to be relevant. So we sent the name Relevance Limited to CAC, and they told us it was taken. So I could remember vividly, I got home that day and I think I was preparing for work and I was in the washroom and I was just thinking, and it just occurred to me like, oh, if relevance is what we wanted and it's not available in English, that I should look out what the French word for relevant is. And I checked it out and saw pertinence. So I got back to the office that day and I told him, I said, we found a name, Pertinence is it. And we were so sure that Pertinence was going to be available. We sent it in and that was how Pertinence was incorporated. So we wanted to be a part of people's life in Lagos, in Africa, and globally. And that's why we'll still say till tomorrow is all about the people. In the course of growing Pertinence, we have been able to move a business that started without capital. We were just bootstrapping.
Less than zero capital.
Yeah, if there's anything like less than zero,
Yeah.
That was where we started from. And today we have been able to build what we call a conglomerate, because what used to be Pertinence Limited is now Pertinence Group. Right now, under the Pertinence Group, we have RealVest. It's a company that provides homes for people, and it has done over 1,000 units of homes. We have JetSeed. It's a tech solution in the fintech space that helps people save money, invest money, and also manage their cash flow. We have DataForce. It's an innovation company that is given to building tech solutions. Most of the tech platforms that we operate right now or we use under the Pertinence Group was built by, called DataForce. And DataForce, we can proudly say one of the best solutions when it comes to real estate in Nigeria today, which is RealMass, was built by DataForce, and the service is available to other real estate companies apart from Pertinence. We have Host now, so we have been a part of hosting businesses for Nigerians and even people outside Nigeria. That's domain name and hosting. We have Cloud9, which is more like a media agency, and all of these are companies that are incorporated in their own right. Edificio is there. Edificio deals with construction. In the course of these 10 years also, we started PertiSafe. PertiSafe is a microfinance bank because we looked at how we can be a part of helping people in the lower cadre when it comes to socioeconomic class. And we've done a lot of supporting people through investing in their businesses. And we've seen some of those businesses grown to become successful. So if you look at our trajectory, you will see that we have been able to do so much with little. So imagine if you come on board to be a part of what we are doing. imagine what the future is going to look like. If these two young men has turned what is less than zero, just like he said it, to a multi-billion naira conglomerate, then imagine what we can do if you look in our direction, especially with what lies ahead in the future, which is bigger than whatever. Then, being a part of what we do also, you would have joined the train of those empowering others. It's our joy today that thousands of people have worked with Pertinence. When we started, we were 2. But today in our affiliate systems, we have over 15,000 people that work with us in our affiliate system. And these over 15,000 people, we have not less than 1,000 of them that has earned over ₦1 million working with us. Now, if you look at the situation of things in Africa and Nigeria, if an average person has worked with you and have earned over ₦1 million, I think you have done well, not just for him, but for also everyone that depends on that person. Now, in the course of this business, we've taken, if I'm not losing count now, it should be about 200 people to Dubai. All expense paid trip. Just 3 months ago, 16 cars in one day. All of this is to empower people. So if we have done this with little resources, if you come on board, you are joining a business that is not just interested in profit, but is also interested in people. And that's why in Pertinence we say it's all about the people.
It's all about creating wealth, really, for Africa. And our eyes right now are on the African continent in terms of huge development. If you go to many of these advanced countries, you discover that they have virtually all the things that we're looking for. You want to develop any solution, you almost find something that looks like it because they are a developed country. But in Africa, we have lacked that kind of development, and we are committed to seeing how Africans can become well developed, how Africa as a continent can begin to be positioned in the, in the things that are happening around the world. Import deals also helps us to be able to dive into the area of automobile. There's even something we're developing that's going to be like the blow when it comes to automobile industry in Nigeria and in Africa. It is called Automeko. By this time that I'm talking, we would have launched it, and we're just putting finishing touches to what we are doing. So it's part of the innovation systems that we are using to ensure that we are able to move things forward. And if you look at the character of the people who are managing, we are not just investor manager, we are owner manager. So we are very much involved in the business. We are very much involved in what is happening. So that's more of what we are looking forward to, how people can now come on board and be a partner in what we are doing, because that's even one of our core values. We are people you can partner with.
One of the things you look at when you want to invest in any organization is who are the drivers of the vision. So for everyone looking at investing in what we do, you have 2 young guys here presenting themselves to you as people that are committed. When we sleep Pertinence. When we wake up Pertinence. When the economy today. So if you want to invest, firstly look at the character of the people I'm running the vision.
I met the founders of Pertinence Limited, now Pertinence Group. That's the person of Dr. Olorunseyi Sunday and Mr. Wisdom Ezekiel, a little over 5 years ago. I met 2 young personalities with drive, with vibes, 2 people who were coming from different backgrounds, but they were deeply interested.
I found them to be very dedicated people, wise, very discreet, very intelligent.
In the last 10 years, we've had a lot of people invest with us as a group, and we have never defaulted in all our investment packages that we've given to people over the years.
How do you know a company that will do well? Is to look at what they have done. Once you look at what they have done, look at where they are now, you can determine where they can be in the nearest future. So it's an opportunity for everyone who